Hi,
Hey,
y'all.
what's up?
We back. We're here to review episode 11.
Boring ass episode.
Yeah, this is boring to the end. The end was ridiculous, but this
I could just throw the whole episode away.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, what's up? I'm Michelle.
I'm India.
And
we back, y'all. We going strong.
We've been consistent, but I can't promise nothing in the next few weeks because we got a lot going on.
We do.
But for this week, we're here.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with Noi and Steve. So it started off with Steve met with his brother. I mean, it was really non-eventful. He told him the little kinks they had, little hiccups they had in their relationship, and that was it. His brother gave good advice. I don't know if his brother's married, but it was just like,
I think he was, maybe.
Yeah, he was kind of laughing at some of the stuff, and that was it.
He was just like, you gotta give her a chance. You gotta understand she's gonna, she's not gonna change overnight. I mean, I don't even feel like going play by play because what are we really doing here? They all went on their little dates.
Yeah.
Their date was on a boat and sushi. They gave each other some whack ass impersonal
They had
gifts.
the worst gifts. I was like, is that a leopard print muumuu?
Like, he literally did not know what the hell to get her and had zero to do with anything.
Well, he said he looked in her closet and saw that she didn't have any animal print. So then that means you get her animal print? Because what if she don't like wearing animal? Because that's why she don't have, you know what? Yeah. Never mind.
And he got her a muumuu. She gotta be like 110 soaking wet. Like, why would you get her a big ass?
It was to the ground, and she was by 2, if that, right. 5 feet.
Like, what?
That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny.
I'm like, what are you doing with that?
Their boat ride looked cute, but honestly, their date. Their date was the least
romantic.
Yeah, and like personal.
Yeah,
like,
nothing
about
it.
That's a normal date. Let's do a boat ride, get some sushi. That's a like.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was nothing. Granted, we know producers.
Yeah, they plan this or they give them options.
But
probably.
It still was like, even the gifts. She got him a Polaroid because he wanted that one, but he already got another one. But he was trying to choose between the two, so you wanted him to have both. Like,
so he ain't got no job, and she giving him more reasons to not go to work because he gonna be out here playing with a Polaroid.
She should have bought him a real camera. See if he
she
should
have bought
freelance
him
photography up under his belt.
A dang on library pass. So
you know what she could have got him?
What?
The LinkedIn when you pay the monthly LinkedIn subscription.
Premium.
The premium LinkedIn.
Premium
now, that would
LinkedIn.
have been funny.
Oh my God.
But then they kind of talked about is it me or is he talking in circles with this job thing? Like, he's saying a whole bunch of nothing.
He's like, oh, but don't I bring it up? Because they brought it up on a date. She brought it up and she was like, well, we still have to talk about this finances because if we're not on the same page, it's going to cause problems later. Of course, we know that. Like, is this man balling? Like, is he Joe Millionaire and he does not want to say he has the money?
And at this point, she's in love with you, so tell the truth. And she's dealing with you despite you not having a job, so tell her the truth because we're confused as the audience.
Because this is just doesn't. It's not adding up.
Change overnight. It is a change to get a job. It's not a personality thing.
And one day you don't have a job. The next day you do.
Yeah, that does.
So
change
it is
overnight.
change overnight.
So
like you go on interviews and then somebody gives you an offer, and then boom, employed.
But like he mentioned to his brother, I think he's feeling a way about doing all the cleaning and cooking.
But he don't work.
But what do you think about that? I wouldn't have been able to fall for no man that ain't got no job.
But she would. So here's the thing: is that I think that he feels like because they are living in shared space that they should have shared duties, no matter what his job is. And the fair part of me, like the part of me that be like, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. This, like, I kind of understand that. But it's called. There's a difference between equal and equitable. Mm-hmm. It's equal for us to do both things, but it's not equitable when I work every day and you don't.
And he told his brother that he was like, she has expectations of me bringing her lunch or bringing this. That I don't. You probably started that, number one, and number two. Yeah, once you started a couple days and I don't have to. I can actually focus on work and I don't also have to get up and make myself lunch and all that because I have another human being sitting here. What do you expect? Nothing? You expect her to get up and make lunch in the middle of her day while you're sitting there and make you lunch. If you want that treatment, you got to get a job, bro.
Yeah, and if she wasn't, like, if she doesn't have a busy day, like, I don't know. We all been working from home for years now. So some days you literally work through lunch, work through everything. Other days you might have a little free time. But either way.
You sitting there not doing nothing all day.
Yeah.
I'm taking a nap.
It's weird.
Like, sorry.
It's weird that he doesn't understand that what she's asking for is reasonable.
But no, he's saying what you're saying. I'm bringing in money too, because at this point they both got the same check from the show. The housing is free,
right?
And he's probably like, he want to relax. Like, I don't know what he thought it was. Don't get on a Married at First Sight show. Now you're working in your marriage. You're doing your house, and you will be doing that anyway.
You're gonna have to do this anyway. Like, so what are we doing here?
But on the next episode, he said something like,
we're gonna split it. Boom.
You do the toilet or do that. So she ain't in the bathroom. First of all, I don't trust men cleaning. So unless he got OCD, like, I don't know how she doing that anyway. Like, he must be pretty good at it.
No, I'm totally fine.
I'm cleaning like, I'm cleaning when we get in.
Like, we can split certain things, but you throwing in my face that you cook dinner every night, but you don't work every day is not going to fly with me. Like, why would I work all day and cook dinner when you didn't work all day? Like, it does not add up.
He needs to tell her about his job.
And he just needs to check for Olajuwon because he wants somebody to take care of him. And Olajuwon, I mean, it's been literally, that was the whole theme of last episode. Everybody said it, and it's just, Steve is not giving us anything to work with. The whole show away.
Men are nuts. You want her to step up in the domestic department, but you don't have a job. Make it make sense.
And she said to her friend, because she went out with her friend too, and she said to her friend, I did not sign up for, nor did I picture myself being the breadwinner. And we all agree with that. So I just feel like I was giving Steve a lot of credit, and either the producers is playing with us, or Steve is playing with us, but somebody playing with us, because ain't no way somebody thinks that they could meet somebody at first sight, marry them, and be unemployed. That's just not adding up. Like, you cannot be a sales engineer and think that is, like, use your engineering skills, logic, critical thinking, and let's figure this out.
He don't have a job, y'all. And he not telling her nothing. I'm all for him not working, but give her a timeline. I'm going to find a job in the next 3 months. This money will hold us over till then. This is what my salary usually is or could be, and call it a day. Just give her a timeline. Nobody's saying go back to work tomorrow. Enjoy your little...
I just need the reunion to let us know that this happened and that the producers was just giving us something to talk about.
Yeah, because this is insane.
There's nothing about this makes common sense.
She didn't sign up to be a sugar mama. She signed up, and she's not even asking you to pay all the bills. She just want to split it evenly and know that we're both working and we're both contributing. Child, it's too much. But anyway, moving on.
I didn't even take notes. I keep looking at my phone like something's going to magically appear. It's not going to be there because this episode sucked.
Lindsey and Mark.
Yes, Lindsey
His
and
life
Mark.
is in shambles. This is another man with no job. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like, the bare minimum is everybody should have a job, not just the man. I don't think the woman should be on there like Beth from North Carolina and not have no real job neither.
Oh, shoot. She sure did. She been living a life. That worked out well for her.
He's a Silicon Valley dude now.
Yeah, that worked out well for her.
Yeah. But honestly, nobody should be on this show and not have a job.
Nah.
Because it's the basic, like, we live in America, bro. This show is in America. Like, both parties could work. Now, if you choose, well, that one, the country one, were they in Texas? Were they in Houston?
No, they were in Dallas.
Or Dallas. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
they got kids. They still together.
Makes sense. You know, you was working at first. You have a couple kids, you become a stay-at-home mom. That's what, for a few years or forever, and you keep it pushing. Why does these men not have a job? Mark lost his job, y'all. He lost his job.
He said that the job told him to come back after filming. Like, what are his hours that the filming is interfering?
Well, she said she didn't like his hours, and he did mention trying to get a normal Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So is he doing? If he's doing, I mean, Jim. He's in.
Well, Jim,
Saturdays,
and
Sundays,
he's there Saturdays, Sundays. But so what I don't understand is, I mean, so here was the part for me that didn't make sense. Like, Lindsey was going hard, like, get the job that you want. Don't just settle for anything. And Mark is, like, arguing with her, like, no, I'm just going to get a job. Like, just have a conversation where y'all don't have to be at odds. Like, just be like, okay, cool. I'll do that. And then in your back of your mind, if you're just going to take the first job you get, do that. But she don't have to know that, and you don't have to push back on everything she says. So I do not like Lindsey. However, Mark is not, they're not compatible. Like, they don't work well together. they are always like, they don't really go.
I agree with what you said about Mark earlier this season. He's a little childish.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not arguing with Lindsey. Come on, Lindsey.
I mean, and the lady ain't even telling you, like, she's literally the opposite of Noi. Like, it's cool, take your time, find the right job.
Lindsey don't mind being a sugar mama, unlike Noi.
Yeah.
Lindsey does not mind taking care of this man. It honestly seems like Lindsey wants him to rely on her so she could throw it back in his face.
Or, like, so she could be in control.
Yeah,
like, she's
it's something
definitely
about
giving
it that's like,
energy
because when you threw it back in his face about his making
60,000 broke.
And his roaches, but you was really down for it.
Yeah.
Like,
so she really
it's not his roaches, bed bugs, whatever.
No,
like,
she called them roaches, though. Why would you call them
exactly. His roach-infested apartment, but you was down for it. You was ready to go, but then you throwing it back in his face. Like, that's not right. That's a little wrong.
Nah.
Lindsey always wrong, though. Period.
Yeah. So then they had gone on. He went shopping for her for the gift with Chris.
I was so happy they had Chris back and didn't have Alyssa. Haha. He got more camera time than you, girl. But you can keep showing up to the apartment all you want.
Yeah, they said they said she'd be there, and then they said she'd be there. But what I was gonna say was, then he may have put a lot of effort into this, or at least work with the producers to put a lot of effort into their date, right? Their month-versary celebration. But they had gone to a campsite, like a Native American theme.
Was it indigenous?
Was it originally indigenous? I did not pay close attention. Did it feel appropriated?
What y'all
culturally?
Think? What y'all think about them being in that TP? Is that the correct name for it? A TP?
I think so.
What do y'all think about them going on a date to the sacred land?
I don't know what.
And eating pizza.
Stones, yeah. It was.
I said something about this don't feel right, but if you like it, I love it. I was I don't know.
It was just given not in the right place.
No, it seemed a little wrong to me. But what do I know? I err on the side of caution.
Yes, indeed.
When it comes to cultural things that are not in my culture.
Yes, 100%.
I ain't doing all that trying costumes and all that other stuff.
Oh,
and all that stuff. No.
No.
I err on the side of caution. But they actually had the most, what I think was personal dates.
Yes. Because
I was like,
Lindsey,
so
we thought
cute
Lindsey
for
would
her.
like it.
Yeah.
She liked being culturally entrenched. She likes being
not culturally entrenched.
She want to speak Spanish the whole time in Puerto Rico, so she probably likes this. And so I don't know, like it was,
but then not the pizza. But anyway, and I thought his gift was very well thought out. He had the little plant.
Oh, right. He did the terrarium. Yes.
Yeah, it was dope.
So Lindsey looked tired of him, though. Because, like, I just didn't feel like she was giving him the energy that she liked. Yeah, she might have been tired of period. But she wasn't, like, acting like... She was saying she liked it, but it didn't... She wasn't giving the energy. But also,
she might have took her medicine. Because she was very subdued.
She did not take her medicine at the dinner. But that's... We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That dinner. But yeah, that they had the most personal date to me. That I thought was very cute.
He put a lot of thought into it. She may have gotten him something too. They didn't show us. They also watched their wedding video. We fast forwarded.
Sure did. We fast forwarded, and I would do it again.
Don't care.
And then he cried.
And then he was crying about the fact that after watching it, he was like feeling like he didn't live up to what he had promised in his vows. So. India was like, oh, maybe they're going to make it. No, they're not. The producers play all the games. They're not going to make it. I don't care if they say yes or no. They suck. They should not be together. And what else? What?
He said he cried for all the pain he put her through. And I said, well, she put you through pain. Like, what is it? What are we watching two different shows? But that means there was some validity to what she said about him completely acting different, pushing her away, treating her like
being
nothing.
Different off camera.
Being different on and off camera. She was telling the truth because the way he cried like that, she wasn't making that up.
No.
She's just her. I don't know, her attitude and stuff was so bad. But I was like, okay, so maybe she was telling the truth. Maybe he wasn't treating her right.
Okay.
And that's why she was so, I don't know, she was acting crazy with him. But when he cried, I said, I can't, y'all. I just cannot.
I don't care enough about this couple. I really don't care about nobody.
We don't.
I really don't care about.
But what else happened? That was it. They went on. That was their date.
Yeah, and
they were cuddling. They were getting closer. They've been close, but they seem good. Okay, who's next?
Katina and Olajuwon.
Or you want to do them last?
Yeah, let's do them
Okay,
last. So Jasmina and Michael.
He
So,
did the big.
He did a really thoughtful one too. But honestly, these dates are recycled. Like I want to say that they've gone. They've they obviously watched the video, read the stuff. Oh, but he did two things because he did the breakfast and
that might have been on his own.
The breakfast might have been on his own. He gave her a lot of options. It was a lot of food out there.
A lot.
It might have been a whole group breakfast after they cut because
a lot of bread.
It was.
Do y'all think he's sleeping in that house? Because that bed didn't look slept on that other side.
He don't want to go back and sleep with 3 roommates or 2 roommates.
Or does he?
So, also, he was talking to his friend, too, about them prior to the thing. And it was his friend. You said he looked like Trey being the rapper.
Oh, yeah.
And so we didn't really listen to what Michael said either. Y'all, why was this episode so boring?
His friend didn't give no input. They shouldn't even had that part in there, but they had to have everybody.
They did. They had to have people.
You notice Lindsey don't ever talk to nobody, but that's another story.
No, last episode she talked to her friend on a video chat.
Oh, did she? Anyway, okay.
So I don't know, but okay. So let's keep this show going.
Went on their date. He did the marriage thing. You're right. A couple seasons ago, they went to the marriage venue
where they
marriage romantic dinner. It looked nice. Now, this was probably the first genuine conversation. Genuine conversation about how they feel about each other that I actually believed. And it wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. It was good. And then Michelle was waiting for them to kiss when they did that slow dance, and they never kissed. So she was like, "Ooh, did she?"
They just they literally looked happy. They looked like they were in a good place at breakfast. Like at no point, like he woke her up and gave her a hug, and they was still like friendship hug, church hugs. Like in the bed, it was not, or he like woke her up and leaned down and then no kiss on the floor, nothing. Like they are no touch zone, which just makes it weird. Like why are y'all married? Like they're not gonna.
I bet you that they had sex that night.
They absolutely did not. Like why would she say that?
I
don't know. You know they did not have sex.
But they could have. I mean, shoot, they were tipsy. You tipsy enough?
They did not. At the dinner later on, she said that she don't have feelings for him.
You're right.
Y'all.
So do y'all think they are going to have sex before decision day?
No.
I think they have to. In order to give a good yes or no. Like
they're going to give a no if it's going to be a good no. And I don't think Jasmina cares about the yes. Because she's going to give a no.
Oh, okay, whatever. Ain't nothing else happened. Their date was cute. They danced. They left.
Yes, and then
she was in the bed with all that makeup on, and I was like, girl.
They were talking, and that was it. Okay.
What did they talk about? Nothing. Anyways, next. So, last but not least, y'all, this is the grand finale. Katina and O, as everybody calls them.
Yes.
What was their date? Okay. What was their date?
Gondola ride, a ganja ride, gondola ride.
Oh, gondola, like she.
A gondola ride. Okay, so they did a gondola ride. Prior to that, it started off with her cooking him breakfast. Like they just gonna wear us out with this storyline that she don't cook and whatever. So he's so excited. Oh, I woke up, I smelled you cooking. Okay, fine, great. So after he cooks and they're in this great space and they are touching and feeling and loving, she calls her friend, tells her friend they haven't had sex.
Yeah, I was shocked.
And
because we for sure thought they had sex after the last thing, a few days before that.
I thought they did last week, but they didn't. And then she planned their date, so she was the only one that planned the month-versary trip, which I did not like. Like, why are we catering to Olajuwon? Like, this producing storyline is really getting the best of this show.
You're right.
Because we're now just falling into this thing where she has to make up to him.
You're right.
Or make up for what she isn't doing. Like, y'all got me all the way messed up with this. The girl is confused. Like, I just don't know why she is going along with this.
Katina?
Yes.
We know why Katina going along with this.
Why?
Because in Katina's mind, this is normal behavior.
One thing.
It gotta be, because she's not pushing back on none of it. I mean, she's giving her little attitude here or there, but, like, he's getting his way. He is getting his way. His tantrums and his BS is working.
And then they sat on the boat ride and talked about how they've changed so much in a week. Actually, everybody everybody when they talked to their couples was just like, oh my God, things have changed so much, like recently, like in the last 4 days. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it. It's like a lot in a short period of time, but sometimes it just feels overdone.
It does. Honey, they didn't even give out gifts. They didn't exchange gifts.
No, they didn't exchange
gifts. It was given very basic. And then they went to the dinner.
Yes. So the episode ended. And so as we're going through the episode and I'm seeing that the show is almost over, I'm like, okay, so this big old argument that we've been seeing is going to be at the very end. Yeah. We're not even going to see what really happens. So we see what happens, and they could have kept it, honestly.
But the fact that he blew up like that,
so
they went to the dinner.
They went to a group dinner. Everybody was talking about their monthsversaries and how they had, like, how they were feeling about each other, which is somewhat awkward. Like, I feel like those conversations must be long as hell, and then they just be chopping them up. But they make it seem like they kind of sometimes pull out the negative stuff, and they're trying to keep us on the edge of whether or not they are going to be together or not. So when we see this, every time I hear somebody say something like negative to the whole group, I just be like, ugh, like, why do they gotta know all of this? But they go through the group. Michael and Jasmina are talking real cute. Stephen Noy, they asked if they consummated the marriage. They admitted to everybody that they did. Lindsey and Mark, like Lindsey said, what?
Lindsey, yeah. Why did she take it there?
Like, because she was drinking. But then Lindsey goes and says something negative, or she's talking about how, like, sometimes I don't know. I wasn't sure he was giving me all this stuff. And then she's like, but I love this man. Like,
they try. Maybe it's how they edited Lindsey. They really trying to make her look jackass crazy.
So then everybody go around the table, and then it gets to Katina and Olajuwon.
And Katina, y'all, Katina is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Because when she started talking, I'm looking like Michelle, like, here she go. I was going to say that. I'm not just repeating you. I was going to say that. Like, girl, just say it. We know consistency is important to everybody in a relationship. Yeah. But you weren't going to say that. You are just copying her because you didn't have the words to say. But it's okay, Katina. Okay. Everybody isn't,
But what's
Maya Angelou out here. But then they get to her. She say her little part, real surface level. You know how she do. And then they get to Olajuwon. What do you say, Michelle?
Well, I was going to say something else, but something happened today on the way here, and I'm really upset, and so I got to keep it honest, and I'm not okay with how things are now. What the whole is going on here?
And Katina is sitting there like can y'all imagine just having
like
no
blindsided
clue? Like, with your spouse, anybody, a friend, anybody is saying to you why they're saying something negative, and she has no clue, because so her anxiety is probably through the roof. Like, what the heck happened? Okay, he never said it. Did this happen?
And
did I do something? Did I do something? Did I think? Did I like?
So we get to see it as viewers, but what he was telling them, he didn't even say like anything. He was just like, something happened on the way here.
He never said I looked at
So
the phone,
he didn't say that.
nothing.
We get to hear that, and we get to see the footage of it as we're watching. But her sitting there at the dinner, she's just sitting there like, okay. So then she responds, and she's just like, well, I don't know what he's talking about, and what you're saying you're doing is not what you're doing, because you are literally bringing something up in public that's private.
And I don't even know
what he did was so like abusive.
Yeah.
Like, there's just everything he does is abusive and manipulative.
It is. It really is. It's
like,
no other words for it. Like, imagine how she felt in that moment. Like, I would have got up before she did. I would have been like, no, we need to talk about this, because I need at least an idea right now. We're going to.
And for it to be something that she literally did not get to explain, like, defend herself. So in my head, at first, like, from all the previews before, I thought like, oh, she was currently texting with somebody. But based on what he said, I didn't even think it was that by the time he finished. Even before we found out what it was, I didn't think it was something like that, because she would have known. She would have known, because it would have been recent. It would have been something in her recent list. So the fact that she was like, I have no idea what he's talking about, and she knew he was on her phone. So he was like, oh, I looked at her phone. As if she didn't know. She was sitting right next to him.
You were doing something.
So he's like, oh, I did something on her phone. I started looking through her phone. Okay, well, that's cool. But she knew you were looking through her phone. So I'm pretty sure she didn't think there was anything in there that was really bad. So, y'all, he does all of this. Because there's an app on her phone.
Which she says she hasn't even been active on in
a dating app,
like
on her phone.
Yeah,
like he
Not
didn't
that
go
he
through
saw
the
her having a
messages.
conversation,
He didn't look and see when the last message was.
Trust me, he opened that app. And that
He
joint
definitely
probably
saw.
didn't even have anything, and that's why he didn't bring it up. You think he saw that app and didn't just push it to see if anything popped up? He knows how them swipe apps work. He didn't. He didn't see anything, so he worked himself up to be mad
That
at
she
the fact
had
that
it
she
as
just had the
on the phone.
app.
She didn't delete it. Okay, first of all, like, if it's in a folder somewhere and you don't pay attention to it, or if it, like, it is just very likely
Y'all
that she
iPhone
wasn't
people,
paying
y'all
attention.
never delete no apps.
I don't delete text messages. Like, somebody could actually go on my text messages from when I first got this phone. And we, like, so you can see what I said to somebody 6 months ago. You can see what I said. Like, so the fact of the matter is, he is, and I have hundreds of apps on my phone, and I 100% see how she could have an app and not delete. Like, it's just so easy
If
to
it's
verify.
not on your home screen either, you're not looking at it.
If it's so easy to verify if you, one, are active.
Click the app, see if
they're active. Number one. Number two, you can look and see if there are messages. If there's no messages and they're not active, like you can literally be hidden. Like, you can't swipe.
But
Nobody can
why
swipe
when
on
he
you.
saw it on the phone, didn't he just pull her to the side? Because you ain't have to say nothing. You could just been like, and point to it. And then
could've
she
been
would have been
like-
like, oh no, that's old. Point to it and see I'm inactive.
And delete it. Yeah. And
Why
be like,
did he work him? Why does his brain work
because
like that?
he is abusive and manipulative. He wants to control her. He wants to always keep her on the defensive. He wants to always have his finger on her, his thumb on her. Like, he wants to show
you ain't
his
never lied.
control. Like,
Yeah.
he wants to be able
You
to
right.
pull her strings. And this is getting to be too much. This might be my
It
last
really is.
season.
This is Michelle's last season reviewing, y'all.
I can't do this.
So I'm
anymore.
looking for a new co-host for next season. Send us your resumes. Anyway, but y'all, what? It's abuse. You're right. It's no other thing, because then when she said it, soon as she said it, he didn't even feel dumb and was like, "My bad."
And he didn't even listen.
No,
Yeah.
he just kept doubling down on it, like, "You're married."
Why
You're
would you?
married.
If you, as soon as you get on the show, you should delete all your apps. I mean, maybe that's so, but we know Katina ain't like she don't even clean the house. How you expect her to clean the apps?
Ooh. Anyways, I felt bad for Katina. I did, because I'm like, she's explaining herself for something she totally didn't do wrong. She didn't do anything. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't a misunderstanding. It wasn't a miscommunication. It wasn't a battle of attitudes like, damn,
Nope.
Michael and Jasmina, were both of you kind of wrong. It was literally like she didn't do anything. She didn't delete an app on her phone, and you could have just pointed it out and be like, what's this? And if she would have showed that there was nothing on there, it shouldn't even been a conversation.
Oh, well, can you delete it? Yes, I'll delete it right now.
Girl, why you didn't delete that? Like, that's it. I cannot imagine how she felt in that moment sitting at that table, because I know how my anxiety is. If I feel like somebody has something over me and there's something, I would be sitting there like, oh my gosh,
And
what
she
is
did.
it? What is
But
it?
what
I'm
did she
thinking-
do? She immediately was like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, you just ruined the day. And on top of that, we didn't, like, this is the manipulative part, is that he did not give her any indication until that moment. Therefore, they were sitting at the table
They were
the
holding
whole
hands,
dinner,
being
holding
normal.
hands, kissing,
and that's
and
what
being
she
normal.
was saying. And that's what she was
Like-
saying. And that's exactly what she was saying. And that's the part that is scary.
He is.
He is not okay,
A
y'all.
piece
They
of
need to
shit.
get him off the show. They need to get him off the show. He is.
We're
Poor
literally
Katina. Poor
watching
Katina. Poor
people play with people's lives. Like, why are you subjecting this girl to this man who does not deserve to be with anyone?
Because he was good for TV. They saw him. He got his ADHD. He turns up for TV. He's exciting. He's attractive enough. He is, a black man who never dated a black woman. Like, he's perfect. They don't care about Katina. Katina is a pawn. He's the one made for TV. The crazy part is, I bet you they're still together. But she gonna have to deal with his verbally and mentally abusive self forever. He's not going to change.
He's definitely not gonna change.
Sorry. And if he do, he ain't changing no time soon. He might be 60 years old when he get it together.
He's not gonna change. He thinks he's right. That's the problem. He be thinking he's so right, and I just need him to get chopped down a bit. Like, it is. And then the producer gonna ask some stupid question talking about, so how do you feel about decision day? Like, y'all, this show is just,
What y'all think?
they think what we think is stupid and it's some trash.
I know y'all think that. Yeah, they think that. I know y'all do. Because it's honestly getting ridiculous.
I'm not doing it. We're gonna find another show to review, but this is
what show should we review, y'all?
We asked this a lot.
We're not doing 90 Day Fiance. Sorry, that one we not doing.
But we've been asking this a lot. But honestly, like I don't know that I can do this another season because it's not giving.
No, it's not. It's not even interesting no more. It's just whack. None of the couples should be together.
Nope.
And it's been like that for like the last 3 seasons besides Amani and Woody. All right, anywho, y'all, thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.